The aim of the World Giving Index is to provide insight into the scope and the nature of giving around the world. The 8th World Giving Index Report.
Objective of the report that we do globally every year is to look at the level of generosity across various countries. It's a comparative study where we go and ask questions to people in anywhere between 130 to 160, 70 countries, and we then analyze the results, and that gives us a sort of an indication of the levels of generosities in various countries.
It's a good report which kind of gives us a framework to say what else can we be doing in this area of giving.
It's important to do business responsibly, but at the same time it's important to contribute to causes that are for larger social good. Every company has in them, every individual has in them to kind of contribute, and I would say hats off to what Charities Aid Foundation is doing in a kind of recognizing this by way of an index and bringing a small but relevant community of us together to actually discuss and debate the various issues around this. So I again thank you. I'm humbled and privileged to be here in such an august gathering, and I look forward to the panel discussions and to learn something.
There is a need to sensitize people much more about giving than exists today. The culture of social work, the culture of human values, this has to be inculcated in schools. It has to be uniformly spread across the country, and that itself will bring about a big change.
For many years, we have gone through what we call the Harambe culture, where communities will get together and raise money or give time for a particular cause. So now we are not just focusing on building churches and building schools and building hospitals. Kenyans raise money for strangers.
We need to do more, we need to work for a better world, but how can we make real impact? How can we enable the people that are capable of making that real impact from the positions that we're in? And that's where the real challenge lies, focused beyond the Dutch borders.
But we have initiatives and programs like the automatic donation to the community chest out of your payroll. Like you can actually select an option where a part of your money from your salary automatically gets deducted every month from the CPF to the community chest.
How best you can serve your country, how best you can serve your people. This should be the ministry, WHO, United Nations, and the people together. Only then that we can have a good citizen, healthy citizen, and a wonderful world. As in the Ved, you say that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world is one family.
Together, I mean, both young people as well as older people, we do see a changing trend in India. The people that we work with are small donors. They do not give in millions, they give in thousands. But that itself collectively has a huge potential for impact given the population of our country.
All the interactions that have taken place have been good.
While the world is talking about giving, they're trying to bring in a structure to their giving so that when people collectively give, you actually make the best use of that collection on certain identified areas. And I think that is where CAF is different from the other.
We really nurture the concept of giving. We've kind of taken away the fundamental of charity as a word away from the thought process. Because the moment we talked about charity, it kind of started to create a class divide amongst people within the organization. So at every stage, we make sure that there is some part of giving.
If we can solve the trust issues, there is no dearth of people giving money or giving their time into it. it only happens when people, organizations feel that, okay, the money or the 2% profit I'm spending, are they going to the right cause or not? How are they being utilized? That's where the issues come up. Structure and processes, ease of giving, and setting an example as a company that we are there with you to really contribute. So those are things Accenture does.
We have regular trainings and where we talk about what is the philanthropy or the CSR part that the company does. We as a company give them 3 working days off to work at a partner NGO.
Fundamental belief that we have as an organization is all these social problems that we are having, the gap between the haves and the have-nots, can only be bridged through the act of giving.
We always say that giving is great, but impact is better. We make things that are essentials for daily life. And so all the giving and the impact focus that we have is associated around basic things. So sanitation is a big focus for us. We have tried to organize the giving that the company does, whether it is direct grants or charity in terms of philanthropy, whether it's directing our employees and giving them a framework in terms of to think about giving an impact. It's really tied to the broad areas that we want to impact, and we have decided on sanitation as a major one, but we also look at neonatal health because of the focus on children and babies that we have, and also on empowerment of women.
Trust and respect will go hand in hand, and I'm glad that we agreed on some critical things.
Aviva as a company focuses on education for the underprivileged children. Program Street to School is a flagship program for Aviva Group globally, and I'm very happy to partner with CAF, and the kind of progress and the work that they did for our project was pretty encouraging.
So we're working on a project called Behtar India with them. So it's been a pleasure to work with CAF because CAF as an organization, they know what they're doing.
The 8th World Giving Index has already established that India as a nation is progressing as far as the culture is concerned, and CAF India is really humbled by this progress. We would continue to do what we are doing to nurture the strategic giving landscape in India.
In this journey, we want to build the trust in the not-for-profit as well as respect for not-for-profits, both ways, the respect, and create a more robust, environment of collaboration where both the sides are able to give their best towards doing a more social good.